she's got this. She's got all these things already lined up for us. She's working on getting us a bus. I'm bringing in you and this other guy, which the other guy I don't want to give a shout out to, so I'm not going to. Dan, I definitely do. The other guy. Anyway.
My man.
The other guy was an ass about some things. So, but
welcome back to Unloading Meat.
Yeah.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
What's up, guys? New episode of Unloading Meat. I am your host, Jared Ralphie Allen, and today on the show, I am welcoming back a good friend of mine, the one and only Mr. Matt Ferrell.
What's up? I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
man,
for
we
having
haven't
me.
totally just been talking for like 2 hours and we forgot to do an intro. I'm not just shamelessly throwing myself under the bus for that or anything.
Had to go shave real quick because we've grown 5 o'clock shadows since we started.
Yeah, we had to make sure that all the drinks were in the same place, stuff like that. Somebody's got to go back through the clips and be like, oh, that motherfucker.
You know it's a professional thing when you're doing the intro after the outro.
Well, we had to make sure that everything stay clean.
That's right. Hell yeah.
We don't have the budget for to change to have 2 pairs of the same outfits, man. Who do you think we are, Joe Rogan?
It's not in the budget.
Not yet. This is JRA, not JRE.
That's right. But if we did a side by side from the last time I was here, I'm a fucking at least 25 pounds more. Fucking fat piece of shit. Goddamn. I can't fucking lose weight to save my life, man. Dude, it's a fucking... And I'm a sucker. Every time those fucking... I get the...
Keep it up a little bit more.
The ads for the fucking supplements and shit.
With that deep, sexy bass voice.
I've got like 4 or 5 supplements on my dresser that I'm taking every day. None of that shit works. None of it works. They paid a fucking former UFC fighter to be a spokesperson. I was like, well, he's jacked. I'm not even trying to get jacked. I'm just trying to get not as fat.
I just take a 1-a-day men's multivitamin.
He's fucking A to zinc.
The bisexual of the fucking vitamin world. Thanks, 1 a day. I didn't know the one was dick.
If you want a sponsor.
Yeah. Besides that, I also need
We have the meats.
Arby's. I'm going to keep a campaign going until I get a sponsorship.
Hell yeah.
In fact, my new closer I'm still working on it, is all about Arby's.
Really?
Yes. I have a whole bit and everything. Fuck it, it'll be cut. I don't care.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I definitely hear it now. But and that's also like that's one of the, you got the Allstate guy.
Are you in good hands?
Like very recognizable. I don't know what that guy's name is. Then you get the beef. The Sam Elliott.
You want to go? I feel a little out of place. Yeah.
Make room at the table, boys, because women are getting things they need, like iron, zinc, protein, and some B vitamins from the food they love. Beef, it's what's for dinner tonight.
Yep. Those real distinct voices that do some of those things.
There's that guy from...
Arby's is... I never even thought about it.
Yeah. I know, McDonald's has that guy from Succession.
From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. What the fuck? He ate my fucking chicken. Uh-huh. So what next? Stick his cock into my potato salad? Fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
It's the main guy from Succession. Brian something, I can't remember his name.
Huh.
Yeah, the dad.
Yeah.
The old guy everybody wants to succeed in Succession. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. No point in watching it now.
I know. Do they succeed at the secede? Feels like we're doing like a Civil War reenactment right now. And meanwhile, my speech impediment's like, you motherfucker.
It's who did the whose fucked up idea was to put an S in the word lisp.
I know.
Lisp.
Their mother.
Oh shit. Have you been doing a bunch? Have you been getting on stage a bunch?
A little bit. I had a show last Friday. I had a competition that went well. Mostly just been in Bricktown stuff lately. And I've been doing their Never Ending Open Mic every month.
Yeah.
Hosting that. Trying to get booked as much as my boss possibly can.
Hell yeah. That's all you can do.
Yeah. It's it's all, being a dad and stuff and affording everything.
Yeah.
Gas sucks right now.
No shit.
That's why I was like, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's part of it. The fucking spending the gas money. And I'm doing a show in Abilene tomorrow. And the guy that was doing that show, or that put that show on, he said, hey, he goes, man, ticket sales aren't looking real good right now. He goes, how do you feel about it? I said, well, I'll be honest with you. I said, I can't afford to come down there if I'm not at least going to break even.
Yeah.
He's like, well, how much would that be? I said, I mean, it's not crazy. I'm not going to stay the night. It's a little over 3 hour drive for me. So like, I'll come home. I don't have to get a hotel or nothing. I said, so, I mean, but it'll cost me at least $60 in fuel to get there and back.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, let's see how it goes. I said, if we can't at least do that, we need to reschedule the show. And then he called me the next day and he goes, hey, I woke up to a ton of ticket sales this morning. I was
Nice.
like, great, let's do it. Which I'm pretty excited about because we're competing. Jerry Seinfeld I'm doing a bar gig. Jerry Seinfeld is in the theater on the other side of town.
I mean,
so
just small competition.
yeah, who's that guy?
Yeah.
What's funny though is the guy that put that.
I don't have the Seinfeld, but I do have. Close enough. Same creator.
the guy that's putting that show on, Matt Willis is his name, and very funny one-liner comic. He's very Mitch Hedberg-esque. He says, he goes, hey, I made a flyer. I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm also gonna send you where I got the idea. So he sent me the flyer, and it was pretty basic looking, but it looked fine. And then he sent me where he got the idea from. It was Jerry Seinfeld's promotion for the show in the same town the same day, and he just cropped Jerry out and put me in. And I was like, "That's pretty fucking funny, dude. I like it." He goes, "So now, like, people are seeing the flyer, and if they don't look real close, they're gonna get this address." I was like, yeah, I mean, shit, if it works.
Are you going to get a cease and desist before the show even starts? From Seinfeld, if he mixes up the address, it shows up the wrong venue.
Oh, dude. I guarantee you, the dive bar that I'm doing a show in, Jerry wouldn't even pull in the parking lot. He's not even pulling in the parking lot.
So you're saying it's not kosher?
No, it's definitely not. No.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by a company like Little Debbie. Little Debbie. Hey, you sweaty fat fucks. And yes, I mean you. Who the fuck writes this? Do you want a delicious treat that's available practically everywhere? And by practically everywhere, I mean every state that is not currently restricting EBT and food stamp availability and what you can buy with it. Then do I got a product for you? For the makers of Little Debbie, they bring you Nutty Buddies. Nutty Buddies, a delicious treat that just so happens to also sound like the messiest night on Grindr you could ever have. Nutty Buddies. Although, I guess if the guy doesn't do a lot of prep beforehand, it's gonna be more like a Star Crunch. Oh, fuck, that was gross. Oh, fuck, delete that. If you're tired of these fake ads, consider contacting your favorite brands and companies and tell them to sponsor us here at Unloading Meat. Now, let's get back to the episode.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
So how you been, man?
Dude, I've been good. I've been very, very lucky, with some misfortune leading into a good thing type of situation. I don't know if you saw, I was posting, I was going to do the USA Comedy Cartel Tour.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dan Rathman, who's a very good friend of mine, very funny comedian.
Yeah, I've talked to Dan.
Yeah, so he'd definitely be a good one for you to get if he's ever down this way. He lives up in northern part of Missouri, or Missouri, Kansas, like way up there.
Yeah, back in April, we were booked on the same show for a roast battle, and then he had to call out because he had another gig, and so we were going to set up and have him on the show to promote that, and then he had to go to another gig, a competition, or something like that. So it just didn't align. But yeah, Dan's welcome anytime.
Yeah, he's a great dude. But he had reached out and he goes, he said, "Hey man, all right, okay." So I did a show with him in Maryville, Missouri, quite a while back. We've done it a couple times. Great place called The Pub. And he said, hey, he goes, I invited this lady to come watch you. She's talking about wanting to do some managing. And I told her, you're the guy she needs to see. I said, okay, which I've been 15 years. I've heard it all. And it just eventually gets, and I don't think anybody has any malice when they're saying things like that. They just don't have really much to back it up.
Yeah,
So,
you've heard the pitches.
yeah, 100 times. So when he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, great. I'll look forward to meeting her. And she came with her fella or her husband, whatever. They were very nice. After the show, she's like, oh my God, it was great. Loved it. I'm going to be getting in touch with Dan. I said, okay. In one ear and out the other, just because that's how I handle that stuff now. So then 6 months go by. Never heard anything else about it, but also never thought about it again. Dan calls me and he goes, hey, I'm going in for a meeting with this lady. I'm going to call you in about 45 minutes. I said, all right, cool. We'll see.
Yeah.
About 45 minutes later, he calls me and he goes, all right, here's the deal. She's got this. She's got all these things already lined up for her. She's working on getting us a bus. I'm bringing in you and this other guy, which the other guy I don't want to give a shout out to, so I'm not going to. Dan, I definitely do. Fuck the other guy. Anyway.
My man.
The other guy was an asshole about some things. So, but
welcome back to Unloading Meat.
yeah. So we get rolling on this thing, and we're like, hey, we got these first 5 shows. They're already booked and ready to go. Bus is going to be like, I've got a Friday and Saturday, 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday that I'm already doing. I'm going to drive up and meet you guys on Sunday. We'll get on the bus. We're on the road. Tour is starting. We've promoted it. It's been named. Like, all these things have happened. I'm getting ready to leave where I'm at, and I'm like, hey, we're still meeting in the same place? Well, hold off. We'll call you back. I went, well, my checkout of this hotel's at 11, so I'm only waiting until 11.
Yeah, we started.
So 10:30 rolls around. I call them again, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, well, we're going to go ahead and cancel the first 5 shows.
What?
And I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, well, we'll get it all figured out. So you just go back home. We'll get things worked out, and we'll get back together. I said, okay. Now because this tour's starting, I haven't been doing any booking. I've canceled other shows that I already had booked. Like, I've wiped the slate for this.
Yeah.
A week goes by, and I'm like, hey, what's the deal, man? Like, this is all I do. If I'm not booked, I'm not getting paid. You know? Okay, we'll get with you. We're working on some things. And I mean, it was the runaround over and over and over again. And we're getting about 2 weeks into that, and I'm like, well, I'm now 3 months behind on booking. That means 3 months without a paycheck. So I'm going to go ahead and step away. And, of course, Dan felt horrible about it. He's like, oh my God, I'm the one that got you. I said, I don't hold you responsible for this at all. This person made some promises and talked about contracts and made all, they promised the world and couldn't hand us a rock.
Was it just funding, or?
I think, again, I don't think that they had any bad intentions. I think they just didn't realize what they were getting
over their head a little bit.
Way over their head.
So we've all been there, but it hurts the relationships, the honesty, and the mistrust.
So that wound up imploding, which set me on my ass for 2 days, just staring at the wall, going,
yeah,
man, should I just go get a job? I'm at that place, which in 15 years I've done that 100 times. I don't know if I should be doing this anymore. I should just go. So I'm in that 2-day depression, which my wife's really good about letting me sulk for a couple days, and then she'll come to me and she'll go, all right, that's enough. Get off your ass. Let's go. So that's what she did. And I was like, all right, back to the drawing board. Here we go. So then I made a post just kind of being a smart ass of I got a couple quick shows booked through Jeff Vance, who has Lunchbox Comedy out in Louisiana. So I went out there and I did a couple shows with him. So then I've got about a 10.5 hour drive home, and I do dumb shit when I'm driving. I'll just make posts and see what happens. But one time I made a post and I was like, hey, I've got over 6,000 followers. If everybody would just cash at me $1, I could put on one hell of a show for that.
Yeah.
And just bullshitting. And then my phone started bing, bing, bing. And I open it and it's like $1, $9, $7, $30.
dive around in it like a porpoise, and burrow through it like a gopher, and toss it up and let it hit me on the head.
And I'm like, oh shit, like people are just sending, like, this is cool as shit.
Yeah.
By the time I get home, like, like even if not everybody sent, I had one person reach out. This is how I found out Cash App will only let you do so many transactions in a day.
Oh shit.
So somebody messaged me and they're like, hey, I'm trying to Cash App you $100 and it won't let it go through. And I'm like, what? So then I go and I look and I'm on phone with support and all this shit. And they're like, yeah, you're limited to a certain amount of transactions in a day. Otherwise it gets flagged as suspicious. And I'm like, what if I'm doing it as a fundraiser? And they're like, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
So like that had the potential to fucking take off and do something. And then it got shot down before it really took off.
Yeah.
But I thanked all those people and I was like, shit, I can't do a really big show with this, but this just really helped with travel expenses.
Yeah.
Like I just put that money in an account and I was like, hey, this is gas money to and from shows. So anyway, I did kind of the same thing. I made a post and I was like, hey, Matt Ferrell Comedy has investor opportunities and sponsorship opportunities. DM me if you're interested. Just make a post.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. And about an hour later, I had somebody reach out and they're like, hey, I'd be real interested in hearing. And I said, okay. So I sent them my number. They called me. I just made up a pitch on the fly of, hey, here's how much that I would want you to invest. Here's what I would do with it. Here's how you would make your money back. Here's how you would make your profit. And I laid it all out there for them, just kind of on the fly. And they're like, yeah, let me know when you get back. We'll meet up with you somewhere and let's do it. So then I took that and I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the money that they did. I'm going to put on 3 big shows, theater or bigger shows, not or bigger, theater shows, or what? One of them's not a theater. One of them's a convention center.
Yeah, theater equivalent.
Yeah. So, and I've got those 3 locked in and they'll make a portion of the money that's made off of those. I also have completely changed the way I do my marketing and promotion. We had, my first show of those 3 is the Center Theater in El Reno, Oklahoma, which is one of those old school small town theaters. And it's been my white whale. I've done it twice before and I know that I can sell it. I just haven't been able to figure out how. And now I've changed up the marketing and promo stuff. So I went heavy on that stuff. And then the day that the ticket link went live, before I even started promoting the actual show, we already had ticket sales.
Damn.
And it's still a month out. It's August 29th.
Which, I mean, that shows you that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
You're doing something right.
So it's a whole new marketing and promo plan that we've put in place, and it seems to be working. I got a legitimate manager now who's been a friend of mine for a bunch of years. We became friends because we started partnering up on managing musicians. So like I know that was his background. That's what he wanted to do. So now he's just kind of made that switch to. It didn't take us long to get away from musicians because musicians are a bunch of whiny little bitches, and it's like, oh my god, like every musician thinks that they should already have a record deal. I'm like, yeah, that guy that you're aspiring to be starved to death.
That sounds like every open micer expects to have a Netflix special like within 2 years.
Yeah. So Terry Thornton is my manager, and he was able to just make that transition from music to comedy. So he's been helping me. We've got a bunch of ideas, some things working. I got a bunch of new merch.
Nice.
That's already. Oh, by the way, I brought you something.
Oh, nice.
But again, like everything else, I forgot it in the car, so I have to run out and get it here in a little bit. So
that's all right, man.
So you have it. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I get the first big one's August 29th in El Reno, Oklahoma. Then I'm doing the Roxy Theater in Muskogee, which is another one I've done before, but now I'm doing it with new marketing and promotion tactics.
Nice.
We're doing that one on August 5th. And then I'm doing the Clovis Civic Center in Clovis, New Mexico on October 9th.
Nice.
So the goal right now is to do one of those big shows a month. And then once we've got all the kinks worked out and we know how it goes, then we'll start stacking them.
Yeah.
And, we'll throw a couple a month or, and in between that, obviously I'm doing as many small shows as I still can. I'm still doing all the bars and breweries and shit that I can.
Well, that's the thing I've always admired about you is you're always hustling. You're doing the work. You're always out there trying to make this work and make this a profession. And like, that's something I want to aspire to, man. Like, honestly, you're a true peer that I look up to when it comes to the way you market yourself and the way that you just described how through the fallout of that last tour, and then like, hey, let's rebuild, let's rework this, let's figure out what I'm marketing, let's figure out what I need to do different.
Yeah.
The way that you like just rebuilt quickly and got that situation assessed.
Yeah.
That's impressive, man. Not a lot of people can do that. And I just want to give you your props. Like,
well, I appreciate that. And it, none of it happens without people behind you and supporting you. And, you know, like I said, my wife, you know, saying, all right, that's enough crybaby.
That's him. Crybaby Walker.
Yeah.
Let's get back on the horse and go. And then, you know, people like Terry Thornton stepping up and going, hey man, I believe in you. I want to make this happen. Anna Rhodes is another person who's really helped me out and, you know, helped me get the ball rolling. So without a, you know, support team and people that believe in you, it is hard. And even with a support team, it's still hard. And that's the biggest thing that I see with comics is, everybody wants it. Nobody understands that the being on stage is the fun part.
Yeah.
That's way down on the list of things as when it comes to being successful. I mean, obviously if you want to be successful in comedy, you have to be funny, but if you're not willing to put in the work to get butts in seats and make shows happen, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to be there to hear you're funny.
Yeah.
So you gotta put the work in too.
I mean, that's the way I look at something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no ego about what I've built, but I also am proud of what I've built.
Yeah.
As far as like, you know, I know what I've built is, you know, a lot because I always say, and it's something eventually I'll fucking get a tattoo. I don't care. I always say podcasts are kind of like open mics.
Mm-hmm.
There could be 1,000 of them. How many of them are actually fucking special? How many of them are actually good?
Yeah.
And it all comes down to the work, the effort.
Yeah.
When I started this in 2023, I think is when I started this, it was like, oh, I could do an audio podcast, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not just disparaging audio podcasts,
Yeah.
but when it was 2023, I was looking at it and I was like, video's where it's at. Like
Yeah.
that spot YouTube, like, you know, just the content of video and the clips.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, like, yeah, I'm doing a long form podcast, and I get my views on YouTube, but the way I get my subscribers is by clipping that down,
Yeah.
getting those eyes on those clips, and then they go to the main form podcast or episode.
100%.
And audio, are you going to clip the audio down to an audio clip?
Right. And then where do you put that?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's when I had my mind thinking of that with marketing, because I worked for T-Mobile and AT&T. That's where I paid for my house, my car, and stuff before I got back into comedy.
Yeah.
I came from a district manager marketing kind of mind. And so when I applied that to the comedy and the podcast, I was like, I got to do this a certain way to have
Yeah.
a product.
Yeah.
And that's something that people will eventually want to look at.
Yeah.
And yeah, it came down to, learning everything about it because I believed in it.
And it's the same determination and consistency. I've been able to apply it to trying to make things happen with comedy. I've started a podcast probably 9 times, but I just don't have the consistency that it takes with the podcast stuff.
Yeah.
I hope that once I get everything else running a little smoother,
Yeah.
that I'll be able to go back to it and make it work.
Oh, brother, I'm coming back from a 3-month break. I get it.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very hard.
But the cutting clips and stuff, like I said, when I reached out to you and said, hey man, like I got some big stuff coming up. I'd love to be able to come back. That's how all the big time comics do it. They're not doing morning talk shows anymore.
Yeah.
They're making the rounds on podcasts. That's how they get the information out there. So I just want to I'm doing yours. I'm doing Charity Jones. She just started a
shout out
podcast,
Charity.
so I'm going to be doing hers here before too long. I reached out to Nick Campbell about doing Rhythm and Wit again. So I'm just going to try to get on as many as I can just to promote the shows that are coming up, because that's where it's at now. And then not only y'all's full episodes being out, but I'll be able to cut clips of talking about an individual show and use that to promote that show. And then when I talk about the other one, clip it, use it to promote the other one. So, that's the plan. And that's how the business works now.
Yeah.
Everything's about social media and clips and content and consistency. And that's what it takes.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm not good at any of that. So it's all work.
My thing is, like, I'm trying. I just had my last birthday. I'm 38. And I know I'm just trying to, like, figure out how to manage the time to learn all these things. It's like the hardest part is like I'm learning all this and I'm doing all this on my own and stuff. And that's I've got that kind of down now where I can kind of consistently put this out now.
Yeah.
But just the time management of the editing process, of getting this stuff recorded, and like, there's just not enough time in the day sometimes to actually make everything line up sometimes.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a deal, and I tested it last night. Last night probably wasn't the best night to test it. I saw a deal not too long ago, and it said that the whole 8 hours of sleep was a thing made up by a mattress company to sell mattresses or whatever. Because what we're actually supposed to do, we're supposed to sleep for like 4 hours, and then and then be awake for 2 hours, and then sleep for 4 hours. That 2 hours in the middle is supposed to be some of the most creative that our mind ever is in the course of a day. So I went to bed decently early last night, early for me for sure. And then at like midnight, I didn't plan on doing it, but at midnight my eyes popped open, and I was like, hey, let me try that. So I got up and I went and I got on the computer and I started working on stuff, and I felt pretty good about it until I hit a roadblock on some stuff that I don't know anything about. And there's at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's not really anybody you can call and go, hey, this is the problem I'm having.
Yeah.
You know, or if I'd have gone and woke my wife up and said, hey, I'm having a problem with this on the computer, she'd have murdered me. So I had to wait until she got up this morning and said, hey, here's what I did last night. Can you tell me what I did wrong? But I tested it last night. I don't know if there's anything to it, but I did feel pretty good about it.
I mean, I think there is something to it. My problem is, like, I will do that. Like, I did that this morning. I woke up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I got up and I was like, man, I'm feeling pretty productive and stuff like that. And I want to eat some breakfast, and I'm going to get my day going. Like, maybe go over here and start editing. Well, let me light up a joint real quick while I get my breakfast going.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I would not.
Shit.
If
What
I
happened?
was a pothead, I would get nothing done. Nothing. It's never been my thing. I tell people all the time, I tried it 100 times to make sure I wasn't doing it wrong. But I'm just not good at it.
I'm a late in life, like, stoner.
Yeah.
I didn't start until it became legalized, and I just did it. I mean, honestly, everybody has their thing. Like, I gave up this. It caused me this. Honestly, I got off my antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds because of it. And I just take little hits throughout the day, and that's been my thing. I found my own strains, and I do try to use it like that.
Yeah.
But then there's sometimes in the morning where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have some breakfast. I'm going to light up a joint
Let's
real
wake
quick.
and bake.
Yeah, let's wake and bake.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, there goes that productive morning.
Yeah. That's my buddy, Andrew Patterson, who is another very funny comic, and he owns Comedy Avenue in Lawton. He's a late in life stoner too.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of he waited until it was legal and all that stuff, and he's real big into it now. I mean, but he's not one of those. What bothers me is the people who are like, hey, weed's legal now. Weed is life.
Yes.
This is all I talk about. This is all I do. This is all my videos that I post are me blowing smoke at the camera. And I'm like, come on.
Can I compare that? And like, maybe this seems weird. I'm a queer individual, but I try, even though it's unloading meat and it's a non, it doesn't actually mean anything like that. I don't make everything about rainbows and stuff like that about my content. I mean, yeah, I'm part of that community, but it doesn't mean like everything 24/7 is my life, that thing.
Yes.
My house is not decorated in rainbows and fucking dicks. Like,
right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I had to put them away when I had my kids. Like, I had to take necklaces on them and stuff.
Yeah. That's that's anytime somebody, which I guess I really should. I mean, because I basically have let comedy and this work that we try to do has dominated my life. Everything I do is based on that. But I feel like that's productive.
Yeah.
The people who are trying to find one thing and make that their identity.
That's where I'm at. Again, I'm not shaming anybody. Whatever you want to live, let your freak flag fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's that. It's like everybody's searching for identity, and it's like they latch into that thing, and that's all they are. That's, I don't know. That's, for me, that's kind of sad. But like,
yeah.
But I'm just like, I wish there was more behind that. There's got to be more to you as a person.
Here's one of my pet peeves is, I'd met some people not long ago. I met them through somebody else, and we went to their house and we're visiting, and like I'm kind of looking around just because I'm curious about. Then they had their rainbow flag out front, which I don't give a shit. Like I'm, it doesn't bother me at all. And then eventually I just ask. I'm like, who's gay? Like, I mean, I saw y'all's flag out front, and I'm like, oh no, nobody in this house is gay. We're just allies. Who gives a fuck? Why do you put a flag on your? How about just be kind? Just be nice to people. You don't have to draw attention to yourself.
Exactly. It's that
I just want attention for being I'm an ally. I'm a support. He doesn't need support on who he fucks.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? Just be nice to them. Just be nice to everybody. Like, why do you need attention?
How many times did you watch Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
How supportive are you of the HIV and AIDS?
I'm a big supporter of Freddie Mercury and his
I only jerk off to Mamma
HIV.
Mia.
How big of a supporter are you?
Only during June.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like Target and Walmart.
I was like, and that was another thing. Like, they don't even have anything of their own that they're trying to make their identity. They're trying to take something of somebody else's and make that their identity. I'm like, come on. Fucking go join a pickleball league. As dumb as that shit is, go do that.
You bring that up. Okay. We're talking about pride and stuff like that too. And you brought up pickleball. Gayest thing I ever saw for a pride themed, like, because like Walmart, Target, they put out their little pride thing every June or whatever. It was a pride themed pickleball set.
Really?
It had rainbows as the actual paddles and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I may be a faggot, but I'm like, that's tacky as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be on the court with that one.
Yeah, it's like all the gay guys I know have way better taste
Exactly.
than that. So what are you doing over here? Just trying to prove to people I'm an ally. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I also don't care who straight people are having sex with either.
Okay, if the paddle's rainbow,
Yeah.
do they use it for other things besides pickleball? What does that imply? You're hitting somebody?
It's a paddle.
It's a paddle.
I'm
going to see some of those on Grindr.
There's some paddling going on. Here's another thing.
Some
like
Dax separate without a paddle.
What's a camping trip without beer?
Well, it's still a camping trip, actually, just with less vomiting.
Yeah. Another thing that I've been working on, and I knew I needed to do, was get a website. I needed to get a website because I've been using Linktree and my social medias and everything. I was like, man, I need a website. Everything's centrally located, no matter what. If you want to buy merch, you want to buy tickets to a show, you want to see like what shows we've got coming up, our calendar, go to blah blah whatever.com. I just need to do that. So that's what I got up in the middle of the night to try to start yesterday. But I'm not super computer savvy. But I can fumble my way through things. I'm not afraid to break shit either.
Yeah.
Like if I get too far into something, I'll go, hey, I just take my laptop to my wife and go, here, I fucked this up. I need you. But she messaged me earlier. Well, I was on my way here, and she said,
just relabel it as tech support.
Yeah. I'm gonna get her a name tag. She said, do you want mattferrellcomedy.com? I said, I think that's already taken. So I was gonna go with this. And then she messaged me back. She goes, no. She goes, I can get it for this much a month or whatever. And I was like, and I didn't even know she was gonna be working on it. So I'm gonna tell you something. You get me a website, at least started today, I'm going down on you for at least 3 goes tonight. And she's like, all right, done. Like, deal. Now, here's what's crazy about that. First of all, I would have done that anyway. 100%. That's one of my favorite hobbies.
My man.
Yeah. But the other thing that I want to point out to any comedians that are watching is no, that deal does not go for anybody else. My wife will not be building anybody else a website in exchange.
Damn.
But I'm pretty excited about that because she made it sound like she was pretty close to having it at least up.
Oh, I thought you were saying she's pretty close. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, she's pretty close. I'm not even there, and she's gotten close. That's how good I am. I just talked to her about doing it.
She's gonna love this episode, isn't she?
Yeah, she won't watch it. She doesn't watch anything I do.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the emptiness that you fear. You were pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here.
Hi, I'm Jared Ralphie Allen. Will you be an angel for a helpless podcaster? Every day, innocent podcasters are looking for sponsors, and they're crying out for help. Please. Right now, there's a podcaster that needs you. For as little as a cup of coffee a day, you rescue this fat ass from poverty with paid ads running through his podcast and shows. Contact us at unloadingmeat@gmail.com. And with your sponsorship, you'll receive this welcome kit with a photo of the podcaster who has been given a second chance, thanks to you.
You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here.
Your sponsorship says, "Hey asshole, say the name of my company. Please contact right now."
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
You got colored hair. You're a pretty flamboyant guy. You're all tattooed up.
I mean, the way with your accent saying the word colored was...
Yeah.
I
was
saying.
talking about just your hair. And I didn't mean that it was short and curly. What I was going to say is your get is as hick as anybody I've ever... Get!
Yep.
No, you get!
Yep.
It just doesn't match coming out of your face.
My hair's a mullet, so it's like my accent's just like that too.
Bro, my son, both of my sons had mullets. One of them, like he works for a company, and he's out in the heat a lot. So he's like, I gotta get rid of it. It's too hot on my neck. I'm tired of having it. So he got rid of his. My other son, he comes home not too long ago, and takes his hat off. And when he's got his hat on, and this is the guy, no exaggeration. I've been in Walmart with him, and women have stopped him to talk to him about his hair.
Nice.
He's just got thick, beautiful, full hair. And he...
Sponsored by L'Oreal.
He comes home, he takes his hat off. He has shaved just the top of his head. Left the mullet. So when he's got a hat on, you can't tell. Now he's got a skullet.
It's like the Friar Tuck.
Yeah, but a mullet. And I'm like, and I piss myself laughing as soon as I see it.
I would too!
Which of course gets followed up with, "Why did you do that?" And he goes, "I thought it'd be funny." And I'm
Mission
like,
accomplished.
"Dude, I appreciate your commitment to the bit, but for then he went on vacation with that haircut.
So he had this planned out?
I don't think he thought about the vacation part of it when he did it. He did it like a week before the vacation, and then he's like, "Well, it's not like it's going to grow back full enough to cover it up between now and then, so let me just go ahead and reshave it and just commit." So like him and his buddy, they went on a long road trip and drove through Colorado and went and saw all kinds of sights, did all kinds of things. But in all of their pictures,
did it get sunburnt?
It's just this skull. No, he only took it off he only took his hat off for pictures. I tried to schedule to where I would be able to do this and charities on the same day, and I just couldn't get hers to line up.
Shout out Charity. I still need to do your podcast. Anytime you need me, I'm there.
Yeah, dude. You talk about another hustler.
Yes,
man. She's a shaker and a mover. She'll make some stuff happen. I reached out to her about doing a show not too long ago, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I'm going to be in Nashville." I'm like, "In Nashville?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm going out there. I'm going to get on doing some open mics. I'm going to see if I can get on, some guest spots on some shows." And I'm like, "Holy shit, fucking go get it, man!" Yeah. I'm proud of her. I'm glad you're busy.
Yeah, I admire anybody that's doing the work.
Yeah,
like I just do. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. I talked about it on the guest I had yesterday, Ann Smith's episode. Past COVID and stuff like that, I always try to give people their flowers while I can.
Yeah.
That's just a big thing for me, post like therapy, post divorce, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because one of my biggest regrets in life is one of my heroes growing up was Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was like 5 years old, I found him as the Power Ranger, and I have him tattooed on my arm and everything.
Yeah.
I love the Green Ranger. Fucker got this fat kid into karate. But like during COVID, he was coming to Tulsa and he was going to do a signing, but my anxiety and all that stuff was at an all-time high, and I just didn't go. I was scared of the crowds and stuff. And then a month later, he killed himself.
Damn.
And that was just like a big regret. I never got to meet him and like say, hey, thank you for everything you meant to me and stuff like that. Because like I was people that, you know, you're heroes when you're a kid.
Yeah.
He was one of them. Fucking, I mean, Chuck Norris, never going to meet that guy.
Walker told me I had AIDS.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I was the kid in Oklahoma that was like, yeah, Power Rangers and Walker Texas Ranger got me into karate. As you can tell by this body.
I have some of that too, though. I have a guy that was definitely a hero of mine. His name was Howard Council. He was a saddle maker. And he was the best. And I used to, his shop was in Lawton, and I would stop in and visit with him all the time. And he passed away, and I got to go into the shop afterwards, and his wife, and he was old, and his wife Genevieve, she says, pick you something out from in here, and you can take it. I mean, so we were pretty close friends, but he was a legend in the celebrity world too. I mean, that's the only person George Strait would buy saddles from. You know, the saddles that they would give out for the trophy saddles at the national finals were Howard Council saddles for years. I mean, so there's all these celebrity around him. And so then his funeral came up, and I was like, I just had this feeling. I was like, there's so many people that are gonna go to his funeral because they're gonna hope they're gonna get to meet celebrities.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. His wife knows exactly how much he meant to me, and I can go to her house anytime and see her. And so I didn't go to his funeral, and that's one of those things. I'm like, I felt like it was a selfish reason not to go. I thought that I was being not selfish by not going, and then in hindsight, I'm like, no, it was a selfish reason to not go. You were trying to take a high road that nobody was fucking paying attention to high road and low road. So I did that. I did that for myself, not for him or his wife, and I regret that.
It's easy to rationalize in the moment.
Yeah,
it really is.
I regret that. But so that's one of those, like, damn, I wish I'd and I've had a couple of funerals that I've gone to where people asked if I wanted to get up and speak, and I turned it down. And on the ride home, I was like, you should have said something.
Yeah.
You should have spoke. But also, like, just being, like, doing what we do, people just, they take the funny away from it. They're just like, oh, you're a public speaker.
Yeah.
So they kind of expect you to, you know, but I'm not good at emotions. I can talk in front of a crowd of people. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I can't get up there and not bawl my eyes out in front of a group of, so I can, and I'm not good at talking while crying.
Yeah.
So that gets ugly real quick. I'm trying to think of, like, stuff that's happened since I was here before. Like, my parents hadn't passed away.
I don't think so, no.
So, you know, comedy podcast, let's talk about this.
Jesus Christ.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Going.
In the arms
my
of the angel.
goddamn dude, your promo for this with that.
I still put it out every time.
Yeah. So my dad had been sick for a while.
You're making me laugh before you start with that sentence. I'm over here laughing at the Sarah McLachlan thing, and you're just like, so my dad had been sick.
Yeah.
For a minute. I'm like, God damn it, man. You just like reverse gaslight
You just
me.
look like an asshole.
Yeah.
My dad's been sick.
Curses.
But so my dad had been sick for a while, and I had some shows coming up or I had a show coming up in Louisiana. And I was going and seeing him at the hospital every day. And I stopped in to see him, and I was like, hey, like, are you sure you're good with me going? He's like, yeah. He goes, it's your job. He goes, go do your job. He goes, plus I've been feeling pretty good. And I was like, all right. I said, as soon as I get back, I'll come straight here. He goes, don't worry about it. So I leave. I'd leave out a day early because it's such a long drive. Get in a hotel, 6 o'clock in the morning. I get woke up. Hey, your dad coded. And I was like, okay. And they're like, he's on his way to ICU now, and we'll call you and keep you posted. I said, okay. I don't think anything of it because he had coded before, and by the time he got to ICU, the ICU doctors were like, what's he doing down here? Like, his vitals are great.
Yeah.
Like, why is he even in the hospital? Like, his bounce back was just that crazy. So I really didn't worry about it too much. I mean, of course, it woke me up, so I'm awake. And about 10 minutes later, they called me back, and I said, hey, we're sorry to tell you your dad's passed away. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, do you want to head this way? And I said, I'm 10 hours away. I said, but I'll call my wife and my aunt. They'll be on their way. So then I'm sitting in a hotel room by myself, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm 10 hours away from home. By the time I get there, everything's already done.
Yeah.
Do I stay and do the show, or do I leave and head back, and then I had left him alone for no reason? Again, I don't know what the right answer is, but the way it all flushed out in my head was, he told me to come do my job. I'm going to stay and I'm going to do my job. So I do a show that night at a place called Southern Rhythm in Denham Springs, Louisiana. And phenomenal show. It was great. Big crowd, awesome set. Everything was great. I close out my set. I start to walk off stage. Host is coming back up to close it out. And I had not said anything to anybody. I didn't tell the producer of the show. I didn't tell any of the other comics. I had not said anything. I hadn't planned on saying anything. And I thought, nope, you know what? This night's going to be memorable.
Yeah.
So I hold off the host. I go back to the mic. Everybody had kind of started milling around a little bit because I knew it was the end of the show. I said, can I talk to y'all for just a second? And so everybody's like, I've got their attention again. And I'm like, not to bring it down. That's not the reason I'm telling you. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand how important this show was to me and how grateful I am. So I tell them what had happened. And of course, there's gasps through the audience of, oh my God. So then I walk off stage and I get another applause, which is not what I'm looking for. I just, like, it means a lot. Yeah. I'll never forget that show. I get to the green room. The lady that was hosting, her name was Dana Boucher. I just met her that night. I'd never met her before. She slugged me in the arm. Bam. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she goes, why didn't you say something? I'm like, what was I going to say? Like, I don't know your last name. Like, who am I going to talk to about this?
Yeah.
And then she pulled me in and gave me a big hug, which I appreciated. Like she was being comforting, well, whatever.
After the bruise on the arm.
Yeah. After she, abused me. But so then I come home and got to deal with that. A month and 5 days later, I'm ordained, which should be illegal.
I mean, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. My wife's
close enough.
My wife's cousin was getting married, and he was like, hey, would you get ordained so that you can do our wedding? I was like, yeah, sure, I guess, So it's the reason I got it is because a cousin wanted it to be funny. Now I've done like 12 weddings because now people know. And I have a hard time telling people no when they ask me to do it. So I'm doing a wedding for another comedian friend, Brandon Whitaker. He's getting married out in the middle of nowhere, 3.5 hours away from home. My mom had early stages of dementia, so we couldn't leave. We'd moved her to our house, but we couldn't leave her by herself. So my father-in-law came up and was staying there to kind of make sure she eats and all that stuff. At the time, I was the president of the board of a volunteer fire department for our area. Another flex. Don't be jealous, okay?
Try not to be.
I have some titles. I'm just saying.
You just came to the Queer Guys podcast talking about firefighters. And then said, don't flex.
But I
made it uncomfortable.
Yeah, really, the only reason I tell you that is because that explains why I get notifications on my phone. I get 911 notifications on my phone. So we're at this wedding. We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm surprised that a notification came through. My phone's not working. Get a notification. It's my address. I immediately know that it's my mom. But I can't get a phone call to go out, and this wedding's fixing to start.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh. So my wife and my friend Andrew Patterson, he's at the wedding. They're standing at the back. I'm standing at the front already with the groom. Music starts, bride comes around, we're watching her walk down. I glance over at my wife and Andrew. They had gotten through to somebody, and I can just tell by the looks on their face. My mom had just passed away. Now, how do you handle that? You can't ruin these people's day.
Yeah.
You know, this is their day. So push that shit down, do a ceremony. And then afterwards, walk to the back, and my wife didn't say anything. She just gave me a hug, which, you know, made it 100%. Now I know for sure. But so I had a month and 5 days. Pretty fucking rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough. But both of them were, I was in the middle of something. I was doing something and had to just push it down and keep going.
Yeah.
And
hats off to you, man.
Again,
I can't even imagine.
Well, and I don't know. The wedding, 100%. There was nothing else to be done there. You can't ruin somebody else's day. The other one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, you know, but it's what I did.
Yeah.
So that's the story I've got.
What a story, man. I mean, damn.
Yeah, I thought conversation about both my parents passing away would be really good content for this comedy podcast.
I mean, the only thing I have to say after hearing that really bad, just absolutely devastating story is, I really wish I had hit record. No, just kidding.
All right, now let's start.
We need you to do a take 2.
Yeah, now let's start the podcast. Hold on, let me poke
yeah,
myself.
let me get some
tears flowing. Yeah,
that was the only counter.
That's I've been working. I've got a ton of notebooks that I'm always working on different stuff, or whatever. I've got one notebook, and at the top it's just written, it's Mom and Dad. I know that at some point in time, I'll be ready for those jokes. It hasn't gotten here yet. Everybody, it is getting
Is it okay
close.
for this? Like,
yeah. It has gotten closer because I do crack jokes about it every once in a while. On my way up here, I'd asked my wife about looking something up for me while I was driving, and she goes, "Hey, my dad came and picked me up for lunch, so we're at lunch. As soon as I get back to the office, I'll check." And I just messaged back. I was like, "Must be nice to have a dad," you know. So which, you know, fucks with my wife more than anything, but you know, so I'm getting to the point where I can crack little jokes and stuff like that. And I've been thinking about like just crazy shit that my dad used to say. Like, so that's kind of where it started. And
you want to know where, as a reference comic, where my mind went to?
What?
You just unlocked the real estate to do a shitload of Batman jokes.
Oh, Batman never goes in alleyways.
That's enough. You're going to jail.
Well, guess who's gonna visit me in jail, Batman? My parents.
What? Parents?
Bruce! Dead parents. You let him get away? Oh my god, are you crying?
No, it's just raining.
Yeah. That neither one of them went out quite as cool as his parents, though. You know,
I'm just saying.
There's no robbery, no gunshots.
That was one of my favorite roast jokes I ever wrote for a guy. Like, we had a couple that were comedians, and they got married, and then they decided at their reception they wanted a couple comedians to do a roast.
Yeah.
And I said, Castro, man, his favorite character is Batman, which is coincidence because his parents grew up his entire life thinking, man, we wish he was an orphan.
That's good. That's good.
Thanks, Castro.
Do you do many of the roasts?
I love them. I honestly love roasting. That's Dan Rathman, we just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Me and him were going to meet up on that one roast in Independence, Kansas.
Yeah.
And that was the last one I did. I think that was April. Yeah, I think April.
Yeah.
That was a fun roast.
Yeah.
A little hectic, but it was a fun time.
Was that at the Tokyo Club or whatever? Is that where that is?
It was like a VFW or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It was some kind of like hall.
Yeah.
They had rented out.
Tokyo Club, it's in Kansas. It might not be in Independence. I don't know where it's at. But I know
it's like Independence like that. The hardest part with that, and like I have nothing to say negative about the bookers or anything like that, because like, hey, it's a show and everything. A gig's a gig. The problem that I had was it was a roast battle, so we need like 8 competitors.
Right.
Well, when like 30 minutes before the show, 3 of them decide, hey, I'm not coming from Tulsa, and just decide not to show up. That kind of fucks up the other 5.
Yeah.
In a roast battle competition, we have tiers and stuff like that. And we had ladders. And so on the fly, they had to have like 3 people to sub in. And none of us have jokes written for them.
Right.
They don't have jokes for all 5 of us.
Yeah.
And then the audience caught wind of what was happening. So then they were giving them like charitable cheers to the people that were just like last minute doing things.
Yeah.
So it just causes chaos.
Yeah.
And it was like a bad time that way. But at the same time, we were trying to give the audience at least a show that was worth them buying tickets.
Right.
Because that's the thing. End of the day, I'm trying to be a professional.
Yeah.
If I'm coming all the way from here to fucking Kansas, I want to make sure you had a time of the best time I could give you.
Right. Yeah. Do these guys in Louisiana, which I've never done a roast. I've helped people write some jokes and stuff. I enjoy them when they're done for fun.
Yeah.
The ones that are just like, hey, let me just say the most shitty and god awful thing about a person. You're not trying to be funny. You're just trying to be hurtful.
Well, I know, like when I've gotten into roasting and stuff like that, and I even like when I go to like open mic and stuff like that, people are like, because at a mic, people will try to occasionally do a roast or something like that. It happens. I don't care. I know before my set, they're gonna be nothing but fat jokes because a lot of roasting is superficial. You have to be visually, do the joke so the audience knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Anything that's inside baseball is not gonna fucking work. But after my set, it's gonna be nothing but gay jokes.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, achievement unlocked. I understood that when he has that path. Oh, we have a whole new avenue to go down.
Right. Yeah.
And I just know that's gonna happen anywhere I go.
Yeah.
It's just the caveat of my sets.
That's but there's these guys in Louisiana. I was doing we had a show that night, and some of us got together and we were having like an early dinner beforehand, and they were talking about something they had done called a ghost roast. And I'm kind of listening to them talk, and I'm getting a little bit more intrigued, and I'm like, all right, wait a minute. How does that work? Break it down for me.
Yeah.
And they're like, you all pick somebody that's dead, and then you are that person. And so now, like
you have to improv as that person, do a roast battle as that person.
Yeah. So and like in some of them, like they'll try to dress, not
cosplay,
kind of going crazy with it, but so like
they went to the Spirit Halloween.
One guy was Hank Williams, and the other guy was Toby Keith. So it was Hank Williams talking shit about Toby Keith, and Toby Keith talking shit about Hank Williams.
That's kind of cool.
But it was pretty cool. And but they talked about there was all kinds of so there was one guy was Vlad the Impaler, and the other guy was Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
So and they kind of try to match them up. So they did country star versus country star, ruler versus ruler, things like that to make it a little more evenly matched and lined up. But I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because you also have to do some research now.
Yeah.
Like what's some intimate private shit that you can make fun of Toby Keith for that not
everybody's just going on Wikipedia real quick.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
You told me that idea, and now my brain goes to, okay, I heard ghost roast, and my first thought was, oh, is it okay, maybe we should take this offline. I just had an idea for an alternate to that would be very sellable. I just think there's something there that would be magical.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
We filmed that? Can you imagine the clips?
You also would only be able to use comics that are good at writing.
Yes.
There's a lot of, I don't want to sound shitty, but there's a lot of comics that aren't writing that good.
Yeah.
So you'd have to pick comics that are
oh my.
I mean,
There's a lot of comics that are not writing that good.
Yeah. what are you supposed to?
There's a clip.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, clip it and put that shit out there. Oh,
grammar Nazis.
Dickhead comic Matt talking shit about comics that can't write real good.
Hooked on phonics done me good.
And he can't speak real good. Yeah.
Go on, get.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do like that idea. And like they had stipulations like with the ghost roast, you couldn't pick a comic.
That's nice.
So no comedians. Because then you could just take their jokes.
Yeah. I go up there as Ralphie May, obviously.
Obviously.
That's why I have Jared in front of it. I don't go up on a stage as Ralphie.
Yeah.
And then I reverse it and I go on a subway as Ralphie. I don't need spit in my food, man.
Are you producing any shows?
That's part off camera.
Yeah.
So I canceled my show and I want to find a different venue. It just, everything was like giving me red flags. I'm like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah. I did a music festival one time. And they wanted me to bring 3 or 4 comics, and it was a 2-day deal.
Yeah.
They wanted me to bring 3 or 4 comics, and every other band, a comic would go up and just do 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
During turnover.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, and I did a 10 or 15 minute set both nights. I had comics there. They went up, they did their thing. Motherfucker never paid me. Never paid. And now he did come to me, he goes, hey man, like we didn't make as much money on this as we thought we were going to. I'm going to be running behind on getting you paid. And I was like, you know what? I understand that. I get it. Don't worry about it. Get me when you can.
Yeah.
So then I waited like 3 months and I just shot him a message. I was like, hey man, any luck yet? And he goes, I promise I'm still working on it. I hadn't forgot you. And then I see all this other shit that he's doing and he's putting things together. I'm like, you still ain't paid your bills from the last one.
Yeah.
So I didn't bust him out or say nothing publicly, but there've been a few people that know us both that I've been like, yeah. It's easy to get yourself in a spot where you start getting taken advantage of because you're just trying to make shit happen. And they're like, oh, okay, well, he's that interested and that dedicated. We'll just get him to do this too.
Yeah.
We'll throw this at him too. We'll take this out of his cut. We'll do, the next thing you know, it's costing you money to do so. You're the only one not making any money.
Yeah.
You know, like when I did the Wild West Comedy Fest, and I don't mean to say just me, there was a whole team that made that happen. But when we were doing that, by the time we got to the end of it, I made sure everybody else made something.
Yeah.
And I came home, you know, light.
Yeah.
I came home loser on that deal. And I really didn't mind that much other than the person who owned the venue was like, hey, we definitely want to make this an annual deal. I'm like, yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
You made out like a fat cat. You got all the food, all the beverage, and half the gate. I got half the gate after expenses and then had to pay all these other people. Like,
yeah. And that's the thing is like with me is like, I can go into the red a bit and I can do it at the end of the day, the footage is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into editing. I'm into video production. That's my bread and butter is my production studio.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing I'm really trying to set myself apart is if I do a show, I want it to be a recorded live show that I can get a 3-camera, 4-camera setup and show what I can do production wise. That sets me apart from anything else.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the footage, what's different between that and another bar show or something like that?
Yeah.
So if a month out, they're taking all the lights down and stuff like that, and I'm already like, this is going to look like shit here.
Yeah.
I don't even have footage. Like, what am I doing?
Right. Yeah.
And that's just something that a lot of people don't think about even as like the recording space, what it looks like on camera.
Yeah.
I do. I have to.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to do something a little bit different.
That's it, dude. Andrew is one of those guys. He's real tuned in to audio, video, making sure all those things look and sound as good as they possibly can. His little spot that he's got there, that Comedy Avenue, is a fucking blast. It's so much. It only seats 40, 45. I think I did a show there one time. We had a little over 50, and that was uncomfortable. It was so many people, you know. But so between 40 and 40,
very intimate.
Yeah, between 40 and 44 is about that's as much as you want to put in there. But it's great.
Yeah.
Because the room is it's wide and short. So it's only 2 rows in front of you, but they're right there.
Yeah.
And then they go all the way, you know, both sides of you. So it's fantastic as far as that goes. But he's real tuned in to all that stuff. And then he's recorded some stuff for me, and we've worked some stuff out. But I'm to the point now, I was just like everybody else. I was like, man, I just want to record my hour.
Yeah.
I want to record my hour, and I want to put it out. Am I going to put it out on put the whole thing out on YouTube? I know that I can get a deal with Amazon Prime, which is just a deal like you pay to put it on there.
Yeah.
And then you make $2 or whatever it is every time somebody buys it.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. You can set your own price. I was like, so I could do that, and then, you know, that way I stand a chance of at least trying to make my money back on it or whatever I want to do. And then I watched Pete Davidson's podcast, and he had Cheryl Underwood on there. You know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Did you watch the Kevin Hart roast? It was,
no, I haven't watched it. No.
Don't waste your fucking time. It was terrible. There was so much animosity on that stage. You could tell there was like,
I'm not the biggest Kevin Hart guy, so like whenever I see him
like
do something new, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
3 people on this side of the room that hated people on that side of the room, and their roast jokes were
just a little too personal.
Yeah, and it, you know, but anyway, Cheryl Underwood was on there. And Cheryl Underwood's hilarious. But she was, and then after that, she was on Pete Davidson's podcast, and she was like, she goes, I've been asked several times about recording my special. She goes, I'm not going to do it. She goes, because once you record that and you put it out there, throw all that stuff away. Now you got to write a whole new hour. She goes, I've got jokes I've been using since I started.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm not getting rid of my jokes. She goes, I can't. She goes, I don't write like these other comics do. I can't afford to give away my material. Just throw that material
That reminds
away.
me of Bobby Lee so much. Bobby Lee, like his first special was last year.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lee's been doing this for what, 30 years, something like that?
Right.
I mean, Mad TVs back in the early 90s.
So, I mean, I think I do write enough that I could do it. But at the same time, where I'm at right now, I'm not ready. I'm not focusing on writing nearly as much as it would take to be able to do that.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by a company like Great Clips. Great Clips. Hey, are you a person that needs a haircut? And do you want to go nationwide and have the same service everywhere? And by that I mean this weird occurrence where at 3 separate locations in 3 separate states, I've encountered stylists that just can't help themselves but share their favorite C-section stories. I didn't know that's what you meant by the name. Great Clips. If you're tired of these fake ads, reach out to your favorite salons like Great Clips and tell them to sponsor us here at Unloading Meat so you can get haircuts like this. Now, back to the show.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
But I'm not interested in recording it and releasing an hour special right now. I'm just not interested in doing that yet. I thought that I was.
Yeah.
But not now. Now I want to hang on to the material I've got until I really get rolling.
Yeah.
And once I really get rolling and established, and I'm like, okay, I've done all these theaters this year. I get to come back and do them all again next year because I did a good job, and they've asked me for me back. Okay, now it's time to think about doing a special so that when I come back, it's all new material.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that's a healthy way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now. I was just like everybody else. I was super focused on I want to record my hour. I want to record my hour. And now I want to record it all the time, but it's just so I can get clips.
And I'm not naming any names or anything, but there's several people that we both know that have done hours like that maybe, I don't want to say that they were bigger than what they thought or anything like that. I'm not disparaging anybody doing any kind of work.
Yeah.
But after that hour, they expected something else to happen and it didn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you got to redo the work. You got to keep going. And I've seen that, what you just described with, what's her name? What was her name on the podcast?
Oh, Cheryl Underwood.
Cheryl Underwood, where like they did the hour and then they had the material gone. And then like, there's just like time where they're just like, I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah.
I've seen them at clubs and at mics have that act or have that feeling.
Which, and I know of probably a couple that we both know that have done it, and I've seen them since then, and they're still doing the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you weren't ready.
And then I think it just comes down to, I mean, that's just the human nature of we are goal setters.
Yeah.
And once you hit that goal, what happens after the goal's met?
Yeah.
What's after it? What's behind that?
I think that's most people's problem is they think that by doing that, it's going to automatically lead to something else. It doesn't. The work still has to happen.
Yeah.
If you weren't working for what comes after that yet, then it's not ready.
Yeah, that's just the chapter turning.
Yeah.
It's now all in chapter 2. Like, just keep going.
You still got to keep going. But I mean, even those big, like, I mean, I've listened to Mark Norman say it a couple of times. He's like, it's the worst feeling in the world the day after recording your special.
Yeah.
Because now you know, I've got nothing. It's back to the clubs and hitting open mics to try new jokes and try to build that back up again. So it's a horrible feeling, which I don't really want to experience that feeling yet.
Yeah. I mean, so it's funny. I always compare what you're doing to pro wrestling, especially like up and coming, like any pro wrestlers are trying to like make the hot dog and the handshake work. You know, I'm trying to get those what do you call it? Relationships started just by going, you know, to every booking you possibly can and stuff like that. I see a lot of similarities just through that wrestling and what we're doing. But earlier you brought up your bookings through your unfortunate passing of your parents and stuff. And again, I'm drawn back to pro wrestling recently in a company called AEW, which is the company I watch for pro wrestling. There's a female wrestler named Maya World. And she'd been on the indies. She hasn't been wrestling very long.
Yeah.
But she got her big break. She was signed to AEW. And right when she was signed, like the last like month and a half, her dad died, or her brother died.
Yeah.
And her brother's what got her into pro wrestling. And so she gets into this wrestling tournament, and yeah, it may be predetermined and stuff like that, but they decide, hey, we're going to put her in a spotlight because she still came to work. The day her brother died, she still showed up for the TV tapings. Was like, I'm an enhancement talent. I'm a jobber, but I'm here to work.
Yeah.
And then when they found out her brother died and she was still there doing the work and everything like that, they started promoting her.
At 3 a.m., I woke up to the worst news of my life. My big brother, who showed me wrestling for the first time ever, just gone. And Tony Khan and AEW, they told me to take time off. They told me I didn't need to be here, but I needed to be here. I needed to be in AEW with my second family.
And they started building her, and they started like putting her in a tournament. Like, hey, we're gonna make you get some big wins off of these really big people that nobody would think that you would ever win. Yeah. And they built her up to be a superstar, just off of her determination and her just sticking to it and being, I don't know, just a good all around.
Because I knew she was willing to put in the work, no matter what. Yeah.
And like the crowds got behind her because they heard, like we heard the story.
Yeah.
This wrestler, her brother died, and she's still coming to work in this tournament, working her ass off. And suddenly this jobber that nobody ever paid attention to in AEW, now they're building her up in the tournament. She's in the finals on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And she gets the biggest payday of her life, has all new gear, and she looks like a fucking superstar at the end of this. And she does end up losing it because the superstar has to win the tournament.
Yeah.
But now she's a made kid. And she's only like 3 months into this company.
Yeah.
And everybody's behind her and believes in her because she didn't stop.
Right.
And she kept going. And she used it as fuel. And like I just like that's inspirational.
Yeah.
I don't know, something that just came to my mind.
Yeah, no. I get it. And that is you hope that your hard work and determination is seen that way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times people you can't expect that either. There's a lot of times that your hard work and determination wasn't seen.
No.
Or at least wasn't seen by the right people.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I've been hearing that for years. It's like, oh, you just need to be seen by the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, that's what happened to Bert Kreischer.
Where are they though?
Yeah.
Like you don't know. You just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Until maybe you run into them. But I'm not looking to be seen by the right person. I'm just going to keep working on building my own thing.
It's consistency.
If I'm seen by the right person along the way, great.
You know what luck is to me?
I can't not do it.
It's not about the lucky break. It's about being ready for the lucky break.
Right. Yeah.
It's about being consistent and doing the work and just like being ready for, and then when that opportunity maybe comes by, bam, you made you knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm trying to do with like this and stuff like that is like, just keep working, just keep doing the grind, try to keep better.
Yeah.
And just be ready for any opportunity that happens and just see what happens and try to make it.
Yeah. That's what I mean. With Terry and I, we're stepping up the game on all these different levels, not just booking the little bit bigger venues, the 300 to 500 seat theaters, but we're also, we changed the way that we're doing our promotion and marketing. Like we're dumping money into that because you have to promote it. You have to get it out there so that people know. We've also I've really upped my merch game. I got some pretty kick-ass merch right now.
Nice.
I've got and then banners. Like we're not just doing flyers around town. There's banners that are being put up in these towns,
nice.
2 weeks before the show. So basically you've got a 4x8 billboard at a couple different places in town. You got their theaters, so they all have, poster frames.
Yeah.
We're getting legit posters that are sent to them a month in advance so that it's advertising everything else that they have happen in there between now and then. People are getting a chance to see it.
I look at what we're doing for independent comedy shows that are not through Ticketmaster or something like that. Maybe this sounds weird, but as an Okie kind of in my head, I look at it every June and July when you see 1,000 fireworks stands pop up and they have to promote themselves really quick of what sets them apart in their small town versus all the other competition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they can do the guerrilla marketing, we can.
Right. Which is funny. It feels like I've always been involved in some form of that because we run a fireworks stand.
Yeah,
every
you
year.
know what I mean? But you know what I understand? It's the same kind of mentality though.
So, yeah, and it is. And I use the little bit of reach that I've got from comedy. I use that to promote the fireworks stand because I'll promote it on both of my pages, my personal page and my comedy page, because now people are like, oh shit, let's go buy fireworks from this comedian.
Yeah.
And every customer that comes up, I'm putting on a show. I'm talking to them. I'm cutting jokes because I want to make them, they came to this stand and got what they wanted. They didn't just buy fireworks. They met the guy that they thought they were going to meet. Yeah. Not that I'm anybody big or special to meet, but they expected somebody. I want to be that person they expected.
Yeah.
The same thing. I mean, dude, I've been, like I said, and I know that I've told you the story about my first show. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just did it in a theater, a 1,500 seater. I didn't know anything about that, but I had done fundraising before. I had gotten sponsors for different things before. I had kids that played ball. I knew what it took to raise money for that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I played ball and, was in Boy Scouts and all kinds of stuff that was like, hey, here's how you get people to pay for things that you want to do. You got to go out and hustle it, and you got to sell them a good story.
Yeah.
It's what I did. I mean, and that's how I got the investor that I got, for Matt Ferrell Comedy right now. Was I put it out there, he called, I gave him the story that he wanted to hear. And I'm going to hold true to it 100%. I mean, if nothing else happens, that person will make their money back and then some.
Yeah.
Like, they're guaranteed to profit off of this. Yeah. So
that's kind of, maybe it was inside baseball, but by the end of the year, my plan is to relaunch my live shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to find investors that will partner with this and the live show. And basically like, hey, we're going to book a show like maybe 3-4 months out in advance.
Yeah.
As that goes out, I want to have all those people on this show to promote it and be guests. We're going to have clips. We're going to have reels. We're going to be paying for the promotion, everything about that to promote this show. And everybody gets to know them and just have this like a big, gigantic package.
Yeah.
As one thing, both the podcast and the live show. Basically, it leads to the live show.
Right.
And like basically they're getting promoted weekly on the podcast through it, and then they have their banners and stuff like that at the live show, and then we record it, and we put that out as a special on YouTube, and you're getting your publicity and stuff on top of that too.
Right.
I just think that would be something that a brand or something like that would see the benefits.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to find that. Once I get a venue, then it's going to be looking for the stuff like that.
I'm making myself a note of something I want to talk to you about off camera.
Okay. You see the vision, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, I want to do something different in Oklahoma that just takes care of my talents, but also takes care of the talent I book. And if it helps other businesses and stuff like that, more power to it. I want to build something.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, for what you're doing, sponsorship works best. I had, like, when I put my message out there, I was like, hey, sponsorship and investment opportunities are both available. Sponsorship's harder to do for a traveling show because unless it's a nationwide company, what good, like a mom and pop shop down the street, they're not going to benefit from me doing a show in Clovis, New Mexico.
Yeah.
So sponsoring doesn't really do them any good unless you can get a nationwide sponsor.
Yeah.
But the investor,
now that means
it doesn't matter where I'm at. Their money is what made that show happen. So they get a piece of that money and then some.
And maybe that's something I need to work into is like, instead of the sponsorship, like doing an actual investor for the live show and let this be the promotion for that, possibly leading up to it or something like that.
So, well, I mean, sponsors would work for that. If you got local sponsors, I mean, the majority, where do you think the majority of your listeners are Oklahoma right now?
Probably Oklahoma, yeah.
So, I mean, if you...
Except for occasionally I got like the Juju Rashad episode is like the anomaly. I had an episode that went viral in like fucking Norway or Sweden. And it was like 7,900 downloads for the Juju Rashad episode.
Really?
And I was just like, wow, they were really interested in what he had to say. What the fuck, Sweden? It was so random.
Yeah. Where you at, Sweden?
Yeah. And they didn't come back for any other black guy I booked.
And then the collaborating with people, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like, so if you put out a clip, if you invite me to be a collaborator on it and I accept it, now it's automatically seen by my audience as well as your audience.
That's what I'm going to start doing with this episode and these episodes of this new season.
On Facebook, I think you can't
collaborate, I don't think, but you can...
No, you can collaborate. Oh, that's what it is. You can't boost it if people are tagged in it.
Okay.
I don't know what the deal is with that, but if you've tagged people in the post, you can't boost it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the deal is with that, but... And I could have fucked something up, and maybe you can do it, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to make it happen. And that's what it said. It was like, you got people tagged in this post. Yeah. But I've got one right now, and I've really been hitting Instagram pretty hard lately because Instagram is where I was my weakest. That was where I had the smallest following. So I was like, let me hit it pretty hard. Like, and I've got one clip we're creeping up on 90,000 views.
Damn.
It's a real short, it's a joke that I do, but it's real short. I talk about, I grew up sticks and dick poor. It was nice weather, you went outside and played with sticks. When it was bad weather, you stayed in your room and
played with sticks.
but I don't even say the last part. It just lets it be implied, and it took off and had over 60,000 before I boosted it, and then I started using that as part of my promotion in these towns. So I boost it and target it just so that people will get to recognize the name before I even advertise that I'm coming to town.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, nobody's going to buy a ticket for somebody that they've never heard of.
Yeah.
But if you make yourself vaguely known, like where they at least then, so what I started doing is I was boosting posts. So like for El Reno, which I had a little bit of a following in El Reno to begin with. But what I did is I boosted that post in El Reno and I dumped some money on it. Just for that area, very targeted for that area.
Yeah.
For a month. Never even said that I was coming to town or I was doing a show. So then the idea is that then 2 weeks out from the show, I start promoting that there's a show coming.
They've heard your name.
And they're like, oh, I have heard of this guy. Well, yeah, you heard of me 2 weeks ago, but it was because I crammed it down your throat for a month.
Yeah.
But they don't pick up on that. They just like, oh, I've seen this name before. I've heard this guy tell a joke before.
It's
or
the
whatever.
Unloading Meat. That's why I have the Unloading Meat name.
Yeah.
That's it's the earworm kind of thing of like, oh, I've heard that name. I've heard that Unloading Meat guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't want to say bit me in the ass, but I'm grateful for everything I built here. But like, it's hard to define that distinction of what I'm promoting, of whether it's the Unloading Meat show or Jared Ralphie Allen comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And also when they cross, when they don't, and stuff like that. Or like, if this gets up and stuff like that, it's Unloading Meat. Well, if I do Unloading Meat live, what parts of this do I bring?
Yeah.
Besides it just being a fun talk show between two people.
That was I got myself into a bit of a pickle where I was, because I have My Peacock Comedy, which is the production company.
Yeah.
And then I have Matt Ferrell Comedy, who is the artist, and I was supposed to be using My Peacock to promote Matt Ferrell. But Matt Ferrell had been around longer, so I started using Matt Ferrell to promote My Peacock. And then the next thing you know, all I'm doing is promoting My Peacock.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, wait, who's Matt Ferrell?
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I kind of got myself behind. And then also because I was using My Peacock to promote other comics.
Yeah.
And then I started focusing more on, which is the hard part about being a comedian in the beginning of being a comedian who produces shows. It's real easy to catch yourself just being a producer.
Welcome to Unloading Meat.
It's a new pet.
Yeah.
Like you find yourself where I'm like, oh man, I haven't done a show in 2 months.
Yeah.
That I was on because I'm just producing all these other shows and I want to help all these other comics, so I'm putting them on stuff. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I kind of broke it off in myself.
That was part of the 3-month gap I had this last couple of months. It's like I was trying to get back and booking stuff, and like I had that epiphany because like I was getting people that were like, hey, can you bring your cameras and stuff and like record one of my shows? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't mind doing that. I help and stuff like that for my production company. But then it's like only footage that I have on my cameras the last like couple months have been other people's shows.
Yeah.
I have no footage for myself. And so then when I start going like,
or are they giving you guest spots when you do that? Don't fucking do it unless they give you a guest spot.
Welcome. That's why I've changed.
Yeah.
I'm very generous. I'm one of those
people. Fuck anybody who didn't offer that to begin with.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I just don't even think about it.
I get it, and I appreciate that about you as far as, being willing to help and go above and beyond, but
then like I also know like
getting taken advantage of either.
Every time it happens, I'm always that guy that's like 3 months in, I'm like, man, I'm really getting taken advantage of. I should have stopped ahead like 3 months ago. I get that. That's part of my personality.
And it's real simple. Like, say, hey, can you bring your camera? So like, yeah, cool. I'd love to do that. Can I get a 10-minute guest spot?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even asking to get paid. Can I get a 10-minute guest spot? And if they say no, go up. I'd be more than happy to trade with you.
But what happened?
But I can't do it for for $200.
Yeah.
For $200, or give me a guest spot.
Yeah.
And you get it for free.
That's not a bad idea.
And
that's kind of where I've been, because like. And we're back, but I never have an ego about my shows. I never like have a guest like, hey, have you watched this episode or this episode? I want to give you homework.
Yeah.
I'm always just like, it's out there if you want to watch it. I appreciate it.
Right.
But I never like try to force feed my content down somebody's throat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I watch. I definitely haven't seen all of them, but especially if it's somebody I know, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely a conversation I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I wish I was in the room with them. Like,
And that's what I want. And my main goal with this is I love, not that anybody has ever like has levels to this or anything like that. I don't care about that. It's more just like there's a lot of times people are like, this is my first podcast.
Yeah.
Or they're starting out in their career and they're just like their first time doing something like this.
Yeah.
I take that as a badge of honor because I love the idea of like, let's say a year down the line, they're trying to do a booking or they're trying to do like a competition or they're trying to do something and somebody YouTubes their name.
Yeah.
And they have a professionally shot podcast with 3 cameras that shows an hour and a half, 2 hours of who this person is, and they're fucking funny.
Yeah.
Because I tried to the best of my abilities to make them look good.
Yeah. Well, fucking good luck with this episode.
But you get what I mean? That's my goal is to like, hey, if somebody Googles your name, usually, yes, I'm one of the top results. That's awesome for me.
Yeah.
But it also makes them look good.
Yeah.
And I think osmosis-wise, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that'll help both of us rise.
Right. Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal. I want to help give you guys content, make you look good.
Osmosis is the right word.
I don't know. I just watched that one Osmosis Jones movie.
Oh, okay.
Something about Chris Rock.
That's just started like fucking confused. I feel like, am I high? Like my brain just started going in a different direction.
I mostly have that there for the Chris D'Elia, like part of that. Like I don't know if you know what happened to him. Like Chris D'Elia got canceled because of like he was like grooming kids on Snapchat and shit.
Yeah.
And then he was on the Fighter and the Kid podcast, and they were telling him like how you can screenshot on Snapchat. He's like, oh yeah, no, Snapchat goes away. I'm like, no, you can screenshot it in real time. You just see his face go, oh, and you can just see him on that podcast realizing, oh fuck, I am so fucked.
Yeah.
He's live on camera, and it's the funniest thing.
Hell yeah.
But people have made like TikTok like memes and then put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music to it at the exact moment when it realizes.
What an idiot.
Yeah. Don't be a groomer, kids.
Yeah.
Unless it's of dogs. Well, that sounds wrong.
Well, I mean, keep your relationship appropriate with dogs as well.
That's true.
There you go.
Yeah, that's why we keep her over in the corner.
That's right. Stay in the corner, bitch.
We're gonna have Pete on my ass. When all I really want is
we have the meats.
Again, Arby's. I'm putting the content out there. I'll take a beef and cheddar for every once in a while.
That's
maybe
fair.
some mozzarella sticks.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'll stop doing my negative Arby's bits if you guys give me some sponsorships.
Throw in some curly fries.
Yeah. The potato cakes. Oh my god, a Jamocha shake. I've
never had it.
I don't either. I don't like coffee, but
oh.
Yeah, Arby's. I will actually say the Jamocha shake is delicious. Right now, I think it's a piece of shit, but like,
if you want me to stop talking shit about this,
I remember the first time I had a Jamocha shake, and honestly, I've had it twice because I was like, it can't be that bad. You see a chocolate shake on the menu, you think, oh, it's a chocolate shake, but it's Jamocha. It's a coffee flavored shake.
Yeah.
I got that thing, and I hate the taste of coffee. I've never liked coffee, and I just took a big swig of that, and I was like. Okay, the beef and cheddar is almost as gross as this, but like,
yeah.
Arby's, I'll even lie about last month. You guys gave me food poisoning. I'll lie about that and say, no, it was Wendy's. It was the Baconator, I swear.
I mean, unless Wendy comes in with an offer first.
Yeah. Give me some of that chili.
Give me some of that. Let me get some of that.
You could paint me as one of those minions.
Hell yeah.
Put me in the red wig.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, get me in pigtails.
Hilarious. That's
I already got the fast food employee hat.
Dude, if you pick, that's what you should do. You start doing
fake
cosplay commercials to promote to try to get them to fucking pick you up.
So you've seen my fake ad reads, right?
Yeah.
So like I've been doing those, and I have some this year for like WWE, Chick-fil-A, and stuff like that. I think you're onto something. What if I got the wigs and stuff, and I did like fake ad reads for like Wendy's?
Yeah.
For cosplays as Wendy's.
Hell yeah.
I think you're onto something. Oh,
dude, here's what's great. I told my wife that I made a post yesterday.
I'm gonna get so many weird looks at Spirit Halloween this year.
This is one of my I love that when the Kansas City Chiefs are doing really bad, there's a legitimate movie star that I get to have a text conversation with because I'll talk shit to him because he's a huge Chiefs fan.
Okay.
And that's Dave Keckner.
Okay.
because I got to work with him.
Yeah.
So that's cool that like I don't call him, I don't pester him, I don't ever want to be that guy. But when something happens with the Chiefs, I'll talk shit.
Yeah.
And he talks shit back. I'm like, hey, that's fucking cool that I've got that rapport with somebody of that stature.
Yeah.
Yesterday might have even been better. I made a post complaining about the quality of the toilet paper at Walmart.
I saw that post.
Yeah. One of the guys that commented on it is a legitimate Walmart executive. And he's
was it Sam?
he's been to one of my shows, and he said, well, if you stop eating so much Taco Bell, that would really help also. So I love the fact that not only do I have David Keckner that I get to talk shit about the Chiefs with, but then there's a legit Walmart executive that has been to one of my shows and enjoys my shit jokes and throws them back at me when I talk shit about his company's toilet paper.
I think the funniest part that comes to my mind is the fact that you're recording this right now in Bartlesville, and if you go to the local Walmart in the same parking lot as a Taco Bell, that's our local too. So if you get diarrhea, you can just go right next door into the Walmart bathroom.
But I mean, you got to wad up a bunch of that toilet paper. Damn, you gotta wash your hands after for sure, because that toilet paper ain't stopping nothing.
I just always feel like if I had to take a shit in the Walmart bathroom, you know the saddest thing I always think of? When I have to look across and look at that wall, and you see that smiley face.
Somebody put a sticker in there.
Well, just the Walmart, you know, the always low prices, the one that used to bounce in the 90s?
Yeah.
If you see some of those on the marketing while you're taking a shit, you're like, oh, brother. The things that you've seen.
Yeah. That smiley face needs therapy.
It's wanting you to roll back that shit. Fuck rolling back prices. Get the fuck out of this bathroom. And on that note, Matt, thank you for coming.
Bro,
thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I always love coming here, hanging out with you. You're a fucking class act. You're one of the best dudes I know.
Thank you, man. I honestly, you're going to be like guest almost like, I think we're on episode like 120 by the time your episode comes out.
Yeah.
Very close to it. I could count on this hand the amount of people I will say have open invites anytime. You're one of them.
I appreciate that.
Anytime you have anything to promote, anything you need from me at all, you've always been a friend to me. I always consider you a peer, truly.
I appreciate that.
And anything you need, I'm there for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man.
When is the next show you got coming up? I know we talked about it earlier, but what shows you got coming up?
So I got the big ones that I've got coming up on August 29th. I'll be in El Reno, Oklahoma at the Center Theater. On September 5th, I'll be at the Roxy Theater in Muskogee, Oklahoma. And on October 9th, I'll be at the Civic Center in Clovis, New Mexico.
Damn. Guys, check him out. Matt Ferrell Comedy, My Peacock. What other links can we find you at?
That's it. You can find me on Matt Ferrell Comedy on all platforms. Matt Ferrell Comedy, all platforms.
Guys, check him out. Go see him at those dates. Dude's freaking hilarious. Puts in the work.
Yeah.
The amount of dedication that you have, man, my hat's off to you. Literally, my hat's off to you.
I appreciate it.
My half a hat for movies.
Buy tickets and get some merch. We got some really cool merch coming out, too, so I'm excited about that.
Nice, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching Unloading Meat. My name is Jared Ralphie Allen. That's Matt Ferrell. Check him out. Peace.
Bye, have a great time.